That's kind of cool. I did not know that we had a timer. That's crazy. I'm learning things. Hope everybody had it. What's up, everybody? It's Shaggy over at Shaggy's Consulting and Training, as everybody knows it. Hope everybody had a really great weekend and happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Let me get over to the thing. What's up, Dan? I had to try it out. I figured I could share the stuff around during the countdown. I'm learning this technology type thing that we have going on. It's like you either have to adapt and use it or you just become nobody. And it's amazing. You'd think after 5 years of using this stuff, you'd be like an expert like these kids on YouTube and stuff. Holy cow. How's everybody doing, man? If you guys, I hope everybody had a really great weekend. Mother's Day. Some people had a lot of rain. Some people had weather was great. I get it. Um, hey, if you guys have any comments or any questions or anything about what we're talking about today, this morning, as we're drinking coffee and chilling and getting the day fired up, you need to be positive in this world, man. It's like it's crazy out there. Every time you turn around, something nuts is happening. It's like the chickens, their skies are falling. Um, I wanted to come on and talk. It's like every week we start a new week. Every year we start a new year. It's kind of like, especially as a business owner, because what we did last year is nothing like what we do next year. One year you make $300,000 more than you make the last year, and it's crazy. You work so hard to build a plan, build a business, or just do anything in general, right? Like my screen's going nuts. All right. Um, in general, you work hard, man. You build relationships, you get lanes set up, you buy a bunch of trucks, you buy a bunch of trailers, you get a warehouse, you get this one customer. I mean, they love you to death. Hi, Asa. The customers love you to death, right? They send you Christmas gifts, your everything says sliced butter. You know, in every section of this business, it's crazy. Like, sometimes I think about all the people like Asa, Dan, Isaiah, just many, many people in general. I mean, there's so many. Like, literally, when um, you get so far in business, like, I mean, I've seen so many clients, I've referred so many clients, I've worked with so many clients, I've dispatched so many clients, just everything in general. It's crazy. And you start to think about where those people are, what the things that they did, the businesses they built. And I think about my own. And like when you open a business, right? So like yeah, I think about my own and the struggle, right? Like one day it's up, one week it's down, one week freight's great, one week it's not, one week clients are blowing your phone off the hook. Next thing you know, it's crickets, and you don't know. Like, is the freight going to go up? Are they going to call next week for me to help them build their company, or should I go get a job? You know what I mean? Like, is my customers going to have loads for me tomorrow, and am I going to be able to move them as a broker, or? And then you're calling customers and no one's answering, and next thing you know, you got two trucks empty, and the other two trucks, your profits just went to the other two trucks to cover it, and all your three brokers just called and said their customers cutting back, and you're one of them. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, right? The struggle, right? Like every time you turn around, somebody's putting pie in your face, or you get the equipment fixed, and the next thing you know, it breaks down again. You're always out there, and you have to always jump in the truck. You have to drive it. You have to get the customers. You got to get the freight. Now you got inspections and DOTs on your butt, and then the truck and maintenance is messed up, and then the broker calls or your customer calls and says that their volume's moving. Hey, Mark, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Yeah, Man, if you guys are in there, drop your names in the chat because even Mux kind of sucks and I haven't bought a new system yet. It'll be a little bit, but and if you have any questions, then and then health plays in, right? You're on the road. I see, and when the struggle is real, people have to do even more, right? You don't have as much to maintain your truck. You start skimping out on this. You stay out on the road longer because you think it's better, but it's not because it's hurting your own family because you don't get to enjoy your kids and they're growing fast and next thing you know, you're 47 years old looking around going, shit, man. Dang, I can't even move no more. Your body's all this stuff. It's like it's the struggle, right? Like in trucking, the food, the sitting, no exercise sometimes because you're always going, and just everything in general right now. I see it everywhere. If it's not family, it's not money, it's not. We bought stuff to grow because it was going to be great, and then next thing you know, it's like, bam, It's like everybody wants to own a business. Then you get up to 25 trucks, right? And then a snowstorm comes in that lasts like almost 2 months long. And it's so true. Wake up 21 day, wake up. Yeah. Just like in business, right? You talk about how something can change so fast because you're not staying on top of things and planning. Think about 2014 when the snowstorms came in and they went all the way to Texas, El Paso. I think that was the year Jones for the Dallas Cowboys stowed the 4 snowplows in Texas for the Super Bowl. No, I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? But it was bad, right? And everything was crazy. And you see that snowstorms changed the rates that year from like literally nothing. Like we were doing to do like 5 million, and next thing you're doing 8, and then right they'll last for like 4, 5, 6 months, and then the year changes. You do taxes, and next thing you know, it all changes. Right? It's like boom, it's done. And your taxes are $150,000. You had a decrease in revenue by $200,000, and you're all happening in a matter of months. And you're like, trucking, the struggle of running a business, owning it, and everything always changing. I get it, right? That's why I came on. We do these coffee things. It's not to start off the week like struggling. It's just the idea of how much, of understanding that business is always up and down. It's crazy. It's never turning. It's like what that one dude says, chewing glass sometimes. And then it changes every 4 years or every 2 years or every year because of the government. Hey, man, because then this goes to part 2. We understand this, right? That's like I do. Like literally, I've been there right there with you guys. I was from driving to company to owner operator to having an authority to 25, 30 trucks twice to helping so many carriers. Not like literally, like hands on working with these people in the struggle. So another part to this whole webinar, this whole morning coffee with Shaggy. And if you guys have any questions about trucking, brokering, dispatching, what's going on, let's talk about it. Drop it in the comments while we're here. You know what I mean? And today at 2 p.m., I put a link in the chat. If you guys are watching the video, Shaggy Solutions Compliance and Safety is launching their compliance software. And it's going to be today at 2 p.m. Eastern and every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys are still using filing cabinets, you're not really up on the DOT stuff, but you can drive a truck and you're mechanically inclined, and you guys are out there busy, but you're always worried about DOT, or you're always worried about if your files are correct, or you're worried about if you're keeping up on the stuff, take time today and click that link at 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing a full-blown compliance webinar. It's free. and we're going to be showing our software. It's badass. And we're also going to be doing some safety training where I'll be teaching on hiring, recruiting, and the process. Because I think that's a lot of people's problem with retaining drivers. It's just the way we put the information out to them and get it presented to them. And in order to be proactive and not cause problems, you know what I mean? Of course, if you don't have the freight, then you're freight chasing. That's always going to be a problem too. But a lot of people's hiring and everything they do is like 2 hours long, and they wonder why they're in trouble or they're getting fines or they have maintenance scores and drivers doing stuff. It's because they don't do what they're supposed to. It's a lot to keep up with for sure. It is definitely like your whole stuff, and being proactive at it is the key. From the interview questions to the calls, all the way down to when you're giving them the permit book, and then getting your dispatching to follow up with your process. I mean, this is what you're here for. I mean, if you're a one truck guy and you're out there, I get it. But when you're adding one, two, two, three, four, five, six, it becomes a process, and it's a proactive process. And I see a lot of people not doing this process. And this goes back to the struggle, right? You got compliance, you got compliance software, you got driver qualification files, you got to update your stuff. The laws are changing, you're busy. You have to always learn. There's this just keeping up with the safety maintenance reports, with the driver sign offs for everything you do, and just doing it right, protecting yourself. Just got an inspection today, all passed except no washer fluid. So many rules and regs, stupid red tape. It is. And that's the proactive part. That's the part where once you have all the systems and everything in place, that makes your life easy because then you don't have all these folders and filing cabinets laying around. Like up over here. Those things, filing cabinets right there. You don't have all those filing cabinets around. What you do is it gives you time to be more on accident training, safety meetings, doing pre-trips inspections. I know nobody wants to do it because they think it's up, but we all mess up on everything. And in this business, everything costs us money with safety scores, or CSA points, and freight and inspections. Nowadays, it's just straight up with technology, lawsuits, liability. Somebody's getting sued. You know what I mean? So we're going to be doing that demo today at 2 p.m. Eastern. I actually put the free GoToMeeting link in the chat. You guys can click the link, come in at 2 p.m. and the first 30 minutes will be a demo. The second 30 minutes will be a little training. And we'll be helping people with that because I find out a lot of companies aren't being proactive. They're not doing pre-trips. They're not doing safety. They're not doing monthly inspections. They're not going over the maintenance sheets. Literally, they really, like even the log inspections, it's like at least write your drivers up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, take care of that. This stuff, they need to be made aware. They need to be presented. It's crazy. You ever think about that? Like, how many people are having a struggle right now? Like, struggling. Or you're struggling with compliance. You're struggling with getting freight on the broker boards. You're struggling with talking to customers. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to take these business cards out tomorrow, and I'm going to be going door to door to customers here in town where I live. Walk right up in the shipping door and say hello. I got these shirts ready to go. I got some khaki pants at home. I'm going to put my Shaggy hat on and just go out and talk to people. I'm planning on going to every place around town and just reminding them that I'm here. Not even try to sell them. I'm just going to go remind them. How are you guys having a trouble with the struggle of getting customers, or do you get tired? I mean, how many calls do you take time to make? Do you even make 10 calls? Do you make 15? No matter what you have to do that day, do you take time to make those calls? I'm guilty myself. Like, how do you sell a compliance software if you're not calling carriers? How stupid is that? You know what I mean? Like, no wonder they're not calling. You got to tell them. You got to go out and say, "Yo, we got this driver qualification safety system that'll save your company, and it's $39 a month." You know what I mean? Like you got to tell people. If you don't tell them, the ones that are paying 70, 80, and 100 a month for stuff that people don't even call them until you have to call them, that's messed up. You know what I mean? Being proactive. I get it. You have to go tell people. It's just like if you're in a town and you're a broker, but you haven't even gone out to the people in your town, how fucked up's that? That's totally messed up, right? You're a broker and you go straight to the phones, but you can't even go to the people in your own town and work with them first. It's funny because with Shaggy's Logistics, some of the stuff some of the loads that we've got before we even started are from my own town, people I know, because I'm putting it out there, and people from Facebook, and then some other stuff. But you know what I mean? Like, isn't that amazing? You can make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cold calls, but people you know will give you freight to move to make money. Like literally, friends that you know. They move tractors, they move restaurant buffet tables, they move all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's like they'll hire you to do it, but they don't know you do it. It's crazy, right? If I don't know you and I don't know who you are and I don't know what you do, how can I offer you anything at all? That's my question. How many people that are going through the videos, are watching, are struggling right now? What are we doing to fix it? How many calls are you making a day? Where's your spreadsheets? How many brokers are you calling that you've never worked with before? And if you did call them, what would be your product? Would it be the highest rate going anywhere? Or would it be a smart rate that pays your truck, trailer, fuel, fixed costs, and escrow, drivers, and you over so many miles, 3,000 or 2,000 miles, for 50 weeks, minus fuel up and down? Or are you just going to always be the guy that's trying to take as much as you can so you don't leave nothing on the table? With your business, if you have company trucks, if you're driving and you're a one truck authority, what are you going to do with it? Why did you start it? If you have company trucks and you're not getting the rates you need, and those trucks are just sitting or you're having trouble keeping drivers, is it because the maintenance safety isn't already messed up? Because it is? Or why did you take the trucks, charge a down payment, and flip them to people that want to own them and they don't want to drive for you anyways? I mean, you'd make more money. You know, if you have company trucks and you have the freight, why don't you have owner operators? I seen 20 looking this morning. If you have more than one truck, two, three, four trucks, why aren't you a broker already? With a brokerage sitting there, so when you go to customers, you can not only take care of freight that you can handle with your trucks, but you have other people to help you and you can control it legally. You don't want to put it on the load boards. Didn't you hear the struggle part? Double brokering, fraud, people dropping your loads because they'll get $100 more on another one and tell you they broke down. So you don't want to put it on the load board. So now you got to find carriers and be able to communicate and build relationships. Are you up for that? You know what I mean? So what are we going to do in networking and relationships? I mean, are you going to be a broker that sells freight one way, or are you going to be a broker that knows how to get people backhauls? That's a great question. All right, guys. So I didn't want to come on. I don't want to stay on forever. I just wanted to talk about we happy Mother's Day. We acknowledge the struggle. We all go through it, just like you do. Owner operators, company trucks, factoring companies, businesses, insurance companies, all these guys. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't really say the bigger ones. The smaller ones are struggling. I see it all the way across the board. What are you going to do to fix it? You know what I mean? Like, are you networking? How many calls are you actually making a day? Are you going door to door? Are you calling customers and telling them that you're available, asking if there's anything you can help them with? That specialize in your type of equipment? And if you are, how many? 50 a day? 25? How many packets are we sending out? Why are we stopping and looking at our business plan and turning it around? If you guys, if you guys need to get a hold of us, our cell phone number's in the comments. It's right there on the screen. We'd love to help you, man. Like we have our brokerage, Shaggy Logistics. We're working hard. We got salespeople in there cranking up this week to make calls. Our compliance and safety company's launching their webinar today, so that their demo, and we're going to start doing it every Monday at 2 o'clock Eastern. The link's in the chat. And we have the consulting where if you guys just want to sit down with somebody and talk, I'll be glad to talk to you 7 days a week. We can do it virtually or on the phone. Let's discuss what you're doing wrong, why you're not doing sales, what is hard, what's happening, whatever you need. And yeah, go to shaggyconsulting.com. You know, I didn't have a lot for Monday. It was kind of a great weekend. I didn't even know where to start. All I know is everywhere I look is everybody's struggling. And then everywhere I look, everybody's sitting there with their trucking companies. And when I do the training, we get to the part where people are supposed to do the networking and the homework and all the calls. And probably out of 5 or 10 people, I literally think 20% do the work. Maybe. And then they get to the part like, why do I need to ghost trucks and route them? Why do I need to call brokers and learn the difference between the relationship, the networking, and the pieces of shit? And why do I need to know how e-carrier check works and be able to get a hold of carriers direct? Why do I need to talk to carriers? Don't I just tell them what I have and they take it? And you know what I mean? Why do I have to do research? Well, how much research? You know, and so just give us a call. And so many topics we can think about, talk about. We'll do more over the show. I'll get more specific. I think about it all the time, just like you guys, man. I'm looking at it. I'm sitting here going, why do we keep fighting? Why do we keep fighting? Why do we keep fighting to be different? Why do we keep fighting to run a business? Why do we keep fighting to stay ahead of taxes? Why do we keep trying to do the right thing? Why do we keep trying to, help people when sometimes it seems like they don't care or want to do the work? Why don't we just go and keep it all for ourselves? Or why don't we just quit and join the man? That's what I call getting the job, working for the man. Come on, where you do everything they say, do the work, and then go home at night. Is that such a bad thing? Probably not. I think about it all the time. You know, I know for a fact that I've worked with over 1,000 people. And you think, like, I've seen things really high up, and it's just crazy. I've seen a lot of clients. And I've worked with a lot of businesses, like all kinds of companies. And you know, it's hard, guys. It's hard to stay in business. It's hard to fight. It's hard to push through it and sacrifice stuff to stay there. So, anyways, if you guys need help, just give our companies a call, man. We have a whole team: Dan and Isaiah and Kathy and Allie and me and Don, and there's some new ones coming on, and we'll be glad to work with you. Peace out. See you guys at 2 o'clock today when we launch our new safety and compliance webinar. Peace.